we saw this story on the blog, and many of these stories sometimes cannot be confirmed, but it brings up a conversation concerning cosmetic surgery. So, allegedly, a young lady called Christabel allegedly died as a result of some sort of cosmetic surgery she went for in Lagos a few days ago. According to her friend who went on Twitter to complain, she had told them she was bleeding from the surgery and had complained to the doctor, who was supposed to be a returnee from abroad who came to set up in Nigeria. And the doctor said that it's okay, that it's normal, that to go after a few days. Unfortunately, they didn't hear from her after a few days. And they went to the hospital to find that, we've not seen Christabel. They then handed them over a paper saying that her body had been deposited into a mortuary. Of course, they took to Twitter and were angry, saying that they must investigate because many quack doctors are out there. And also the fact that the doctors didn't even make an attempt to reach out to family when this happened. What are your thoughts on this cosmetic surgery especially? Because it's a new trend. Everybody wants to reduce something or cut something or add something. And if there is a demand for this, we need more expert doctors to do these things.
So for me, my heart goes out to this poor girl and the entire family because this is an avoidable situation. You see, deaths based on cosmetic surgeries are extremely avoidable because it's not a life and death situation. If you're going for a surgery based on your life is at risk and things go wrong, we can understand. It's almost tantamount to signing that you might die. And it's a suicide, like I might die, and then I sign, I don't care, I might die, but I want to have a banging body before I die. And we need to understand the fact that we are responding to societal pressure. And it is extremely subtle, but it's everywhere. People with a banging body get more likes, you know. People get more naked. They show more skin, and they get to trend, you know. So the need for validation on social media space has increased so much to the level of threat to our mental stability. And until we start discussing this openly, we will not be addressing the fundamental issues. Many women are not doing this because they want to attract opposite sex. Is that they feel like, I don't feel good enough until I look like this. And that, for me, is a problem. And it is a problem many people are facing. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, this is my stomach, sha.
If you have money, would you do surgery? If you had money, like serious money.
So, Rayo, if I had money, I'll travel to somewhere where they have the best surgeons.
Just like Fela Obasanjo did it.
And I might consider it. That's the truth. If I'm being honest, at this point in my life right now, I will still consider it if I had all the money to get the best help. And then I have to now remind myself and over again that, why do you want to do that?
Yeah. As much as it's important to talk about loving yourself and loving your body, cosmetic surgery is here to stay. There are people who are asking for it. And I do not want us to always make the conversation about body positivity when someone has gone to get a surgery and has died. Because what happens is that for people who die, you know, from this is that they do not get the legal representation or support that they need because they're like, good for you. After all, you wanted to change what God had, you know, created. The truth is that if there has been a medical malpractice, it needs to be followed up. I don't understand how if someone dies on your table, you do not inform the families of the deceased. What are you trying to hide? Are you aware? Is it that you're aware that you have done something wrong and you're trying to hide it? So, Topper, you're right, but I'm so afraid of the many young girls who may never get justice because every time someone says surgery was botched or something, we just focus on the fact that they dared to go down this path when we should be calling out people who are not licensed to do this, who are not properly experienced for this.
The pressure is real. I wouldn't even lie about it. There's a lot of body shaming going on. And not everybody is strong enough to withstand societal pressure. Yeah. Not everybody. We've had to go through some certain kinds of pressure at the time we were growing up. And it was just the grace of God, and because we didn't have the means. You know, this thing is, for me, is luxury. It's people who don't chop belefu, who can afford to throw away 3 million, 5 million without even thinking about it, that have access to this sort of thing. So that body shaming is real. We have actors and actresses who feel, I need to be on top of this place, I need to get to this level. For them to rate me, I need to have a certain shape. And people are doing whatever it is to get that 3 million and 5 million to go and do that thing. And I ask myself, when you finish that, you climb Okada and go home. When you finish doing that, you go to a rented apartment. So there's a lot of misplacement of priority that we need to start talking about. And for those who really want to do it because they feel, maybe I've had how many children, I want to look a certain way, and they can afford it, should go to the best places. It doesn't mean accidents will happen there. It will happen, but it can be minimal.
I see a lot of celebrities who show us the process, you know, how while they're healing from some kind of surgery, they show us the pictures, they show us while they're taking injections for their skin care, you know, all this is, and young people are seeing this every day. So the pressure is there. But the truth is that a lot of young girls have focused so much on this beauty looking than how to really create wealth for themselves. It's about me looking, but would you say it's also a means to wealth?
Yes, that's what it's about.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
yes.
How?
So it's
you
definitely...
look good, you attract the higher paying clients.
Simple.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No,
I have
Okay, not necessarily about higher paying clients. So it's not like if I look good, then well, let me not.
You, don't use
let me not preempt you. I don't know what you mean, but if you meant higher paying client, that's like almost prostitution. It's not always that way.
Not that.
It's not just that.
Because
part of it.
Well,
let's be realistic.
So there's something that comes from beauty. They say beauty sells.
Yeah.
The whole of the music and video and movie industry is based on beauty.
Yeah. Right.
So it will get you jobs. It will get you into some spaces.
Open the doors.
It will open many doors for you. It may not necessarily take you down the hall, but it will open, doors for you. And that's what a lot of people, want to get at. Some people are born wealthy. They have the connections. Their family have it. There are some people who, like the sort of person BC is describing, who has said, I'm going to save up until I get that 3 million, so I can have an opportunity to have my foot, in the door a little bit. So people understand that beauty sells, and for some people, it may be the first and the easiest thing that they can get. And everybody's trying to look like the same person.
Don't look alike.
And those beauty perceptions, they change over time. So you now do your own at the fringe of when it's changing, and then you're now left with 2008 body in 2050. So think about it. Yeah. Take something that is much more long-term. Work out, eat well. A healthy person, a healthy body looks, for me, is the most beautiful body.